Alright, that was my fault that time. But like, I don't have any practice in the third round because it takes so long to get it. I seem to get very lucky with what I do. Fuck that was my fault. Didn't realize I didn't have it. I fucking hate it when the game does that. I don't know how to do it. I'm having a hard time with this boss. Beg your pardon? Thanks again. Thanks again for that. Go faster! Oh, I think I would have won it had I not, like, run out at the worst time. That was on me. That's bad. Although I did get a bit unlucky that it took a lot of ice cream. outside that time. We're getting closer, we really are. I just like... I feel like I sometimes just get really unlucky. Though, like that last time, I got really lucky. First ball. One thing I think I was doing wrong is one I was switching and no, it's a yellow battle. It gives you a shield. So again, a bit unlucky there. Like that. There we go. This would be a terrible time for power play. Acquired the light station.
The four statues began resonating with one another, emitting an unnatural light in the process.
Yeah, it feels kind of unnatural, I won't lie.
As the light faded, the entire cavern grew deathly quiet.
Definitely quiet in here. Let me save my game. Don't be a prick.
The rocks were packed too tightly to be broken with the Terror bracelet. Adol was trapped.
Hey! Is that you in there, Adol? Are you hurt?
Adol shouted back that he was uninjured.
My feelings were hurt.
Glad to hear my little buddy's okay.
I've saved the world on multiple occasions, you know.
That quake caused some of the crevice walls to collapse. I managed to pick my way across, though. But now we gotta do something about these rocks. Adol, I'm gonna need you to step back for a second, okay?
Okay. Can I say?
Here we go! Yeah!
Why is he not fighting the bosses?
That's what I'm screaming! Walls 0, Dogi the Wall Crusher like a million! Who needs doors when they got me?
Okay, I needed a magical power to do that, and it wasn't strong enough.
That was a new record too, I think. Never took down solid rock before. Should get me in the history books. So, looks like you found another statue. Is that all of them? Come on, let's head back to the Master's house.
After we save the game, yeah. Because it should be a piece of shit move to not let me save first.
Chester, you're here.
Of course. I've been kept well apprised of your actions. Seems you have all 4 statues now. So, as I said before, I think you'd best give them to me.
Chester, there's just one thing I need to know. What are you planning to do with these statues?
A mere knight dares not question the motivations of Count Maguire, though I cannot entirely plead ignorance, as I've heard some rumblings on the nature of his glorious plan.
Like, I appreciate the cutscene, just let me save first. I don't know why games don't let me do that. Like, everyone knows that bosses are difficult and that power cuts happen. You know, things happen. Sometimes people just need to go sleep, you know?
That's not what I asked you. I want to know what you plan to do with them.
How long have you known?
I knew from the very beginning. I didn't believe for a second that you felt such contempt toward Elena. It's just not you. And I really couldn't see you serving someone as obviously corrupt as Maguire. Not willingly, anyway. So I figure you've got to have something else up your sleeve.
Your oafish exterior belies your perceptive nature. It always has.
Out with it, Chester. What are you really up to?
Very well. I suppose this is as good a time as any. What I seek is revenge.
Revenge?
You were born in Felghana, so undoubtedly you're familiar with Genos Island, no? I've never told you this before, but that is the land where my sister and I were born.
My God!
What? Wait a second. I always heard that Genos Island was wiped out by some kind of plague or something.
Indeed. We speak of the same place. However, it was not plague, but monsters that brought about the island's ruin.
Monsters?
Yes. Monsters. with the appearance of human skeletons clad in armor. They appeared out of nowhere and simply started massacring all the villagers.
In all honesty, I thought it was a bit mean of the monsters.
Our warriors fought back, of course, but the creatures just wouldn't stay dead. We stood no chance. In the end, Elena and I were the sole survivors of the attack.
But why?
Because nobody else, everyone was killed to see him. We were the only ones, that's why. We weren't killed.
Why would monsters suddenly just appear like that?
Why would monsters suddenly appear like that?
It was no random occurrence, and therein lies the rub.
You know what? Somebody really wants to put the Shakespearean quote in, and it just doesn't fit. I know therein lies the rub is the phrase as well, but like...
McGuire was directly responsible for the massacre. He enlisted the services of a dark sorcerer for the task. My people were the descendants of Genos himself. We were charged with guarding the holy artifacts that had locked away the Demon Lord's power to prevent their misuse. I would assume McGuire simply considered us a threat to his ambitions. And that's how my sister and I were orphaned, and came to live with the mayor of Redmont.
I'm actually feeling the pills.
It's no surprise that Elena's memories of these events have been suppressed, given their extreme, horrific nature.
Then, you want revenge on...
On McGuire. Yes.
A man I could have very easily stabbed, like at the start.
He will be destroyed by the very power he so desperately seeks.
Mate, you got a sword right there. To stab him in the face, it would have been fine.
And he won't be the only one. I intend to see to it that every living creature in Felghana Castle burns in hell. Perhaps then, the wounded, defiled souls of my ancestral people can finally know true justice. At long last, after all these years, their anger and hatred will be appeased, and eliminating the parasitic slime who sits on Valestein's throne will benefit the entirety of Felghana as well. Now then, why don't you hand over the statues, so this can all fall into place?
To be honest, I'm not sure how I'm supposed to react to all of this.
It's bad. You don't want him to unleash hell. Just the castle doesn't exist, don't you?
I can't pretend to know how you feel, but just hear me out on one thing. Let's just say that your plan succeeds, and you do get your revenge. What then? Do you think it'll make Elena happy? Hell, will it really even make you happy?
Yes, I set out to do the revenge. I explained very well. I want to do the revenge, Toki. I think it will make me happy, yes.
Sure, McGuire might be a horrible man, and he may even deserve what you're planning for him.
But you could just stab him with your sword, in the face. You seem to be quite good at that sword.
But imagine how Elena would feel, knowing the depths you'd sunk to in the name of vengeance.
And you could just stab him in the face with your sword.
Do you think she'd be proud of what you accomplished? If you just step back and think about it, I know you'll find some other, less drastic way to deal with McGuire.
Yeah, a way that doesn't call upon like an apocalypse. Probably a little too far.
If I explained everything to the townsfolk, they'd understand. And I bet they'd do what they could to help too. If everyone banded together, we could drive McGuire out of Felghana for good. Send him into exile.
I mean, that just makes him someone else's problem. We should probably kill McGuire or lock him up, I guess.
You don't have to disgrace yourself over scum like him. So come on. Please, Chester. You have to put a stop to this before it's too late. Come back to town with us. We can all sit down and have a good time. Maybe enjoy one of Elena's home-cooked meals.
Look how far I've come, though. Do you honestly believe I can go back now? After all this? There's no turning back for me!
I'm imagining him pressing the drift. It's fine. No! Togi! And of course, we all know he doesn't turn up in any of the later games.
Chester.
That's why they call you Chester. That's where you do the poke. That's what you should...
You stupid son of a bitch.
There is still time to save him. If you want him to live, give me the statues. Now!
Adol gave the statues to Chester.
Excellent. Now, I can use the power of these statues to hurtle all of Valestein Castle into the darkest depths of hell. I hardly need to say it at this point, but you may wish to reconsider trying to stop me. Unless, of course, you want to end up like him.
You could have done that to the villain. I made my point. I made my point. Can I say it again, please?
I can't believe Chester attacked Dogi.
He's only got a human heart, not a bear heart.
This is all my fault, actually.
I knew his heart was non-bear.
12 years ago, I served as a Valestein knight. I was there on Genos Island that day. All the knights were. Our task was to provide backup for Maguire's sorcerer.
I mean, his plan doesn't even kill Bearheart because he's not in the castle.
In other words, we would man the sidelines and terminate any villagers who tried to escape. And we did just that.
That's what you get for planning your revenge against a castle, not a person.
But then I met the Stoddard children. And despite my sworn oath to Maguire, I couldn't bring myself to harm them. I hid them instead, and snuck them away from the carnage. But I knew I couldn't raise them, so I left them with the mayor and shamefully ran away to this godforsaken shack.
Not bad. It's not bad, Jack.
I spent my days slowly unraveling Maguire's plans and researching the old tales of Genos and Galbalan.
Bum, bum, bum.
Chester never knew of my knighthood, but he was well aware that I'd saved his life, so he and Dogi would often visit. As such, while secretly investigating Maguire, I also took it upon myself to train the two of them in the art of war.
Stick them with the pointy end. But now...
Dogi's departure aside, things continued in this manner until just last year. Around the time monsters started appearing all across Felghana, Chester came to see me in quite a panic. The monsters had brought his memories of Genos Island to the surface, and he had no idea how to cope. I told him everything, every single thing I knew about his past and about my role within it. It was one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life. I suppose I was looking for some manner of catharsis.
So, like, he's not going to kill Bearheart, even though he was one of the knights that killed villagers. He is going to kill all the new knights that had nothing to do with the incident.
All it did was exacerbate Chester's desire for revenge.
Non-specific revenge.
To be perfectly honest, I haven't the slightest idea what Chester intends to do with the statues.
Oh, he's going to summon hell on the castle.
But if he's willing to stab an old friend to get them, then I doubt there's much hope of talking him down. If we let him continue unchecked, the damage he inflicts won't be limited to Valestein Castle, but all of Felghana.
That's it. It won't spread. That's because he did that.
Adol, I must ask that you go back to town immediately and tell Mayor Edgar everything that's happened.
After you've saved, obviously.
You needn't worry. I'll take care of Dogi. And once he's back on his feet, I intend to pay the castle a visit.
might be a cutscene, and I just want to make sure it's saved. There we go. Fucking hell. Thanks, game, for not letting you say that after the boss fight. Anyway, I'm quite relieved that I did the boss. And I think a part of it was a skill issue on my part. And that I just wasn't using... Like, I thought the slowdown would make sense, and no, he's just supposed to put the shield up. And I think it helps a lot. Yeah, I thought something might be like that.
Adol, we're in a bad way.
We're having a sleeping competition. Ah, and I'm losing. Those two are already asleep. I'm still on.
We were attacked by soldiers from Valestein, and some of them made it inside. Hurry, you need to save the townspeople.
Oh, Helena, I'm scared. It's okay. I'm here with you. Please, do what you want with me, but let her go. Adol?
Alright, I'm really glad that it didn't start like from the bottom. Oh, it's gone. Quite a hard battle.
Thanks for saving me, Mr. Adol. You truly are a lifesaver. Thank you, Adol.
Ah, well, thankfully, me and this tiny child here weren't murdered. Thank you very much.
But why? Why would the Valestein soldiers attack us? Adol, what's wrong? You look even more flustered than we are.
Adol reluctantly told her that her brother had stabbed Dogi in the Elder Mountains.
That means the chest.
My God! Why? Why would he ever do that?
Did I explain the context?
Are you two okay?
Sister Nell? Papa and Father Pierre, too!
People who live in this town!
When we realized you weren't at the church, we panicked. Thank God you're all right.
And me.
We wouldn't be if it weren't for Adol. I'm sorry, sister. I know you told us to seek shelter.
Honestly, you'll be the death of us one of these days, Elena.
Now, Sister Nell. She was clearly just trying to find Anya. We can hardly blame her for that. I still can't believe McGuire's grown so brazen, though. as to send his soldiers to attack the town.
So did I just kill humans then?
I think it may be worse than that, actually.
Okay, no.
Did you get a good look at them as they attacked? Something about them seemed off. Disturbingly so. None of them spoke a single word. And their movements were like those of wooden dolls, dangling from strings.
Now that you mention it. We're not safe here. We should return to my house to further discuss the matter and propose a course of action. I'd like for you to come as well, Adol. I had no idea Chester was hiding a secret like that all this time. He lived under my roof for 10 years, and never once did I question where he came from or how much he remembered.
That's how secrets work, right? By the way, my microphone's been way off to the side. Yeah. Sorry about that.
I feel like such a fool.
Please don't blame yourself, Mayor. Right now, we need to focus on the matter at hand. We need to focus on Valestein Castle. What we know is that Chester is planning to take his revenge through the power contained in those statues. The question is, are those statues in some way responsible for the lifeless, soulless appearance of our attackers?
It seems that way. I think now would be a good time to get in touch with Bishop Nicholas at the castle.
Excuse me.
Sister, what's wrong?
The soldiers haven't returned, have they?
No. It's just that I haven't seen Elena for some time now, and when I asked the children where she went,
The castle?
it seems she's left town again.
Oh no.
What?
Well, that's not good. She must have heard about Chester and gone to Valestein Castle.
Yes, I think that's a safe assumption. It's an awfully rash thing to do, though, even for her.
Dear me. Adol, I'm sorry to ask, but won't you please find Elena and bring her home to us? I can't bear to think of what might happen to her out there.
Without hesitation, Adol agreed.
You'll do it? Thank you, Adol. Thank you so very much.
We're truly in your debt, Adol. I hate that we've been such a burden to you since your arrival here. I can't imagine what you must think of us.
Godspeed on your journey. I will pray for your health and success. Best of luck to you, Adol.
Sorry, I blanked out for a second. Where am I going? Over 500 gold. Oh, is that price going up? You're not actually planning on going in there, are you? All the castle's booby traps have been activated and the corridors are full of soldier and maid zombies. I don't care how good swordsman you are, it's suicide, trust me. Just turn back right now. Consider myself a brave man. I'll tell you right now, I'm not going back in there ever. I'm happy. Saw it. The fog started pouring out the clock tower. Everyone that got changed. It's like all the life got sucked out of them. Started going nuts. Oh, wait, yo. Has anyone seen it? No, not seen Eleanor. The soldiers and other maids, they just attacked us. I was so scared I didn't know what was going on. I ran as hard and fast as I could and found myself here. What happened to everyone? Lady. So I'm killing innocent people who have been changed into monsters. Right. So they have shields. Yeah, I think I'm gonna let you go. I've got to take my medicine now anyway. A little bit of a short one, but it's kind of, you know, I think it's fit. Gives me a fresh thing to get into in the next episode. So yeah, I've been the John Strutt. Been having an East Open Felghana adventure. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.